Well, so the race is here.
You're gonna see both players go for that 6-3 start. Nakagi in a very unfortunate scenario, having to burn their zone in phase 1. But luckily, it is only phase 1, so it's highly likely that they'll be able to maintain their meter as DMILL tries to do anything to punish.
Yeah, and right now, D-Mill is in a comfortable board state to activate the zone and try to pull out some really good efficiency here. Finding a fractal. Oh, but they end their zone
Ooh.
early.
Yeah, this is actually not looking good for DMILL. One of the things about chasing in phase 1 is that your opponent will almost always have their max zone back by the time you finish, so you have to make sure if you do, it's a really efficient one. And DMILL was doing an amazing job of doing so, but that misdrop at the end is going to give Nakagi the opportunity that they need to potentially take this advantage.
Yeah, I mean, with that zone, that would have definitely put a lot of challenge on put a lot because of that misdrop. If X was able to quickly retaliate with the zone they already have set.
And oh no, another crucial misdrop from Nakagi, and this is gonna be a Simul Zone, so this is potentially a killing blow happening right here in phase 3 transition. And Nakagi is interestingly gonna take it immediately after they get the half zone, which means that they have 0 overcharge once this zone ends. But it looks like they're not gonna need it to survive, so it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, but and I mean, right now Vex is doing their best to survive, but they also have to having to deal with D-Mills are already prime stack. Although now D-Mill did receive some garbage, they're still in a good position as they have a 3/4 zone ready. Oh,
Oh no!
wonderful!
And
That
that
was
1-2
so
misdrop
wrong.
combo on D-Mill's side is gonna be all it is. And Nakagi's gonna take the first point.
Oh my,
I hate to
that's
see a round end like that.
I think that was 2 times already with those brutal mistakes from D-Mill. I mean, you already seen it with D-Mill's very efficient zone, and then that had to be cut short because of the misdrop, and then that. I mean, D-Mill was in a good position as they had a 3/4 zone, but unfortunately that happened.
I mean, D-Mill has been pushing speed ever since they got back on TC, almost in a metronomish way. And Nakagi is going to be stuck in that fossil fuel stacking, in that 1-8 stack, but they are going to start their zone here and flawlessly transition it into something else with back-to-back, which is quite the hard feat. Nakagi trying to find that IRS solution, but unfortunately are going to be locked to a sub-ulti zone, but they are going to receive pure clean, so not going to be too far on the back foot.
Right now, D-Mill, yeah, right now D-Mill having to downstack a little bit. Otherwise, back to a good board state where they take a fractal here. And wait, King Crimson?
They thought about it, but they are going to find a 4 combo down, which is pretty much neutral. So they're not going to lose any efficiency,
Yeah.
and they're going to make sure that they get a nice zone in this transition, getting as much efficiency as they possibly can. Very interesting to go for the swag S-spin triple over the TSD donation there. But they are going to be sending 40 over, but they're going to receive 10 more. Nakagi in a very clean board state, but they are at the complete bottom, which is going to put a hamper on their overall pressure. They're going to need to find that upstack if they're going to want to try and get a clear advantage here.
Yeah, and D-Mill is taking on heights, just not being bothered at all by by what Vex is doing right now. They're trying to clean. They are cleaning their stack right now. Demo will have to enter the zone, but but they are going to have to navigate through this cheese, which will be quite challenging, especially with that placement right there, which probably might have closed an opportunity to continue. But we'll see what happens here. I mean, it's not going to look good for Demo right now as Vex now activates their zone. Although they do made a mistake there, so I don't think it'll be too significant. Yeah.
Yeah, DML was trying those mutually assured destruction kind of strategies. Unfortunately for them, Nakagi was kind of unfazed by it and was able to just maintain their normal stacking anyways through the efficiency that DML was sending. But at the same time, the follow-up afterwards demands a 4-wide combo from Nakagi. It cuts quite a lot, so they're going to be locked to a 7 max and not able to get down as far as they want.
And Demo right now is at the bottom right now. They're looking to try to put this game away here, as Vex is still navigating through the phase 3 garbage. They are having to take a TSS to try to keep them alive. Now they're on the down stack, which might actually be good. Yeah,
10-11 combo! And what was previously DMILLION's advantage has quickly shifted. They are going to be sending 35 over, but another center 4-wide is going to come out from Nakagi, and if this combo doesn't drop, this could be bad news for DMIL. And that combo is not dropping. 13, 14, 15, 16. DMIL is going to get that T-spin for the initial cancel, but Nakagi's pressure isn't over yet.
And Demil is hesitating right here, trying to figure out a way, but they're not able to. They're not able to find a way out. That's did the final blow here.
Yeah, DMIL did end up getting that quarter zone, but one placement too late. Just a little bit high on their board to do anything out of that. And that's going to be second point to Nakagi.
Yeah, I mean that down stack from Nakagi just really turned the tides of the match. Especially with that center 4-wide.
Yeah, those 4-wides are absolutely lethal in phase 3. You saw it firsthand here. I mean, I would not be surprised to see it again.
Yeah, I mean 4-wides. I mean 4-wides are really viable in the zone, especially in phase 3, like you said. I mean, even though phase 3 already has cheese, I mean, like putting more cheese is still already bad, already quite annoying enough that it will be really hard to navigate if more singles are oncoming.
You're going to see DMIL try and do things in this zone with the 8-1 stacking. Hasn't broken back-to-back yet, which is very impressive. Trying to squeeze out a little bit more lines. And that's going to be 53 lines worth of cancel. And pretty even overall at this point. DMIL, ballsy for setting up the STSD on row 0. Those 10% chances do be rampant. But oh no, those misdrops afterwards aren't looking good. But they're going to find a decent enough combo into this phase 3 transition. Nobody's going to have max time in the zone going into here. But Nakagi's going to have excellent efficiency.
Yeah, DML activates their zone here. They do have a good zone, but I don't think it will be too significant as Vex, but they're able to put just a tiny bit of garbage there, so it's still a good zone nonetheless.
Yeah, Nakagi's zone was really efficient, but being forced to end early though in order to take their TST was quite the hassle. Because the TST and the ulti bonus are both 6 lines. So they did have to do a little bit of sacrifice there.
I mean, it didn't work out. So I mean, they exit the zone, but it's not too phased by it.
Speaking of working out, that 4-wide combo from NAKAGIIROHA there was looking kind of goated. But DMILL is going to be able to send almost 15 over to NAKAGIIROHA. Who's currently just trying their hardest to mitigate the pressure that's being sent to them. And ooh, amazing efficiencies happening here. Able to forecast that T-spin. Just continue their way down.
DMILL's stack looking a little bit awkward here as phase 3 is now ongoing, and right now, I mean, Vex has still at the top right here. I mean, they had 0-9 for a little bit, ending up having to downstack it. But now DMILL is that misdrop is probably gonna put another challenge for DMILL as they try to downstack this.
And NAKAGIIROHA has a significantly efficient zone. That's going to be sending 43 over to DMILL, who only has a quarter zone to their name. No more skims available, and that is going to be yet another one-shot. And NAKAGIIROHA's going to take their third point, currently on sweet pace. Once again, seeing the mutual 6-3 from the players.
You love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, NAKAGIIROHA finds a PC. DMILL was aware of it and was able to find that Tetris down to make sure that they didn't get one shot.
That's always a good thing. I mean, if you have something prepared for that, I mean, it's good so that way. I mean, it doesn't immediately end the round or cause another mistake to happen.
Yeah, PCs are quite risky because you could just be setting your opponent 10 lines of clean, or you could just be killing them. And it's up to the awareness of your opponent in order to figure out what works. And that's going to be 58 coming out from DMILL, who's going to have plenty of post pressure to boot. NAKAGIIROHA's trying to squeeze out some extra lines.
Oh.
Thinking really hard about their IRS, but unfortunately that is going to be the end of their zone timer. But they're not going to be too far behind. Equal in zone charge, and just having more material.
And DMILL not right now is setting up for that 4-wide, but getting pushed up a little bit, which looked really precarious from my point of view. I think I'm having to downstack it. Did not activate zone though.
Honestly, it's probably better that way. Combo does kind of get nerfed in zone. Having a whole extra meter after the large 4-wide is pretty significant. So definitely not the worst risk assessment from DMILL there. Unfortunately, it was on the side, so they did have to start it prematurely. But it's going to end up working out pretty well. Oh no! DMILL, you're not allowed to take that!
No.
And with pretty similar stats, NAKAGIIROHA's gonna take it again, and that's gonna put them on sweep pace match point.
I don't think DMILL was ready for that. They were already setting up a T-spin at the top, but when Vex exited the zone, that just immediately topped them out. I mean, it's like it's like another factor of awareness in this game because of the road 20 ceiling.
Yeah, sometimes their hard drop does just get sniped, because they did have a way down with their double L piece, but they were already in the motion, and they had to just watch their fate get sealed. We are going to see NAKAGIIROHA start first. DMILL attempting to count to 4 here. Gonna be forced to skim, but they're not going to be down too far on the efficiency. NAKAGIIROHA is going to get locked out of an ulti, but that's still going to be 54 damage. Pretty significant.
See what DMILL does here, though, is they also have a good stack of their own, ending up finding that ulti, and it's a really similar zone for as Vex is as it's pretty neutral right now.
Pretty even in terms of damage potential right now. Ademo was able to tank first. Their board state's a little bit cleaner before those misdrops. But Nakagi just immediately able to access what they have. Getting that 6 combo down into the transition.
Oh,
DMILL is able to access the well in this zone, but that
wait.
mishold isn't looking good. They're going to be locked to 33 damage, which is kind of devastating when you're about to be phase 3 into a potential game winner.
Dima was trying to find another option to try to make the zone work, but unfortunately in the process has hesitated there, and not only it gave time for Vex, but also I mean just ended the zone there because there weren't that many viable options after that for that initial that hold.
We're going to see a little bit of a power stack from Nakagi here. And oh, they really wanted to side 4 wide there. But unfortunately, they have a very large hole in their stack, which is fixed with an amazing J-Tuck! And they are able to get this side ties in zone. 6 residue, so they are able to do the complete combo, and that's going to be a large 52 damage being sent over to DMILL. Once again, only a quarter zone to their name. This could be it.
Female's trying to navigate through it though, but yeah,
But
like
they
you
had
said,
0 overcharge!
that's that's so that's devastating. Like you like and like I mean it's kind of the same with the other rounds that we saw with no quarter zone and thus that would have probably gave them the time to try to figure out a way to escape, but I mean it ended up